good morning everyone. Welcome to Starting Point, live from Jakarta, Indonesia on TVRI World with Ferdi Teras.
And I'm Aisha Fabian. So today we are very excited to deliver you some breaking news, including the new elected, just last night, the new Pope.
Yes, indeed. And also we have like a special guest live zooming today.
Yes, we are celebrating the Indonesian cinema. So why don't we start Starting Point today? This is amazing. If you can see the number, like 8.9 million audience box office for Indonesian cinema, and especially in animation. This is something new, and it's like we can call it a triumph, and we'll take you on a journey behind one of the Indonesia's biggest cinematic triumphs, which is Jumbo. It is more than just a box office hit, it's a heartwarming phenomenon that proves local stories can move millions.
Malam ini dongengnya spesial.
Wah, dan mau denger? Ayo mulai!
Iya, kita mulai ya.
The Indonesian film Jumbo has officially shattered expectations by surpassing 8 million viewers, making it one of the highest-grossing local films of all time. But what exactly fueled its meteoric rise? A story that hits close to home. At the heart of Jumbo is a deeply emotional, relatable story about family, struggle, and chasing dreams. Audiences across Indonesia connected with the film's sincerity and the authenticity of the characters. A captivating lead performance. The lead actor's performance was nothing short of magnetic. With raw emotion and commanding presence, he brought the character of Jumbo to life in a way that resonated deeply with viewers. Smart, massive marketing. From emotionally charged trailers and striking posters to interactive fan meetups across cities, the film's marketing strategy built anticipation and buzz, drawing crowds to theaters in droves. Powerful life lessons. Beyond entertainment, Jumbo delivers strong messages about kindness, perseverance, and the value of family. Many viewers left the cinema not only entertained but also inspired.
Such a beautiful movie, and with more than 8 million viewers, Jumbo is now closing in other movie Agak Lain, but another contender has quietly gained around. Let's take a look.
Its incredible milestone of 8 million viewers, Jumbo is now on the brink of surpassing Agak Lain. Meanwhile, another film, Pengepungan di Bukit Duri or Siege at Bukit Duri, is quietly gaining momentum, having already drawn 1.6 million viewers. After capturing the hearts of millions with emotionally driven plot and standout performances, the film is now within striking distance of Agak Lain's legendary numbers. Analysts predict that if momentum continues, Jumbo could become Indonesia's top-grossing film of 2025.
Akan selalu menemani.
Anak-anak, hari ini sekolah diliburkan.
While Jumbo and Agak Lain battle it out at the top, Pengepungan di Bukit Duri has emerged as a surprise contender, blending historical drama with intense action. The film has reached 1.6 million viewers, a remarkable feat considering its niche genre. Strong word of mouth and critical praise have helped this film carve out a solid audience of its own. This surge in local film popularity signals a new era for Indonesian cinema, with a new diversity of genres, powerful storytelling, and increasingly strategic marketing. Homegrown films are dominating screens and reshaping audience expectations.
still talking about Jumbo, it is more than just a box office hit. It is a groundbreaking, it's an inspiration, and it definitely redefining what's possible for animated films in Indonesia and beyond. That is Jumbo with the very heartwarming song.
Exactly.
And what you see on the trailer are also only like a glimpse of the best scenes, right?
Yes, you don't want to miss every scene of it.
Yeah, and now we are connected with the creators. We are very happy that we can talk with the director, the creator, and also the writer, Rian Adriandi, and also the producer of Jumbo, Novia Puspasari. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Aisha.
Sup, sup, sup. There you are.
There you are. All looking good.
Sup.
Sup, sup, sup. Love that. Yeah, so with the numbers, like 8.9 million viewers in Indonesia itself, and we can see Jumbo is not only a groundbreaking for Indonesian cinema, but also it's like, it's still very, we can call it still early, the first quarter of the year, and it's already here. You know, you have this benchmark for the rest of the Indonesian movies for all throughout the year. So how do you feel about that? I really want to know, because the number keeps rising.
Well, obviously, we're incredibly grateful. We're very proud that Jumbo has been embraced by so many people. And I think Jumbo's success comes from something very sincere, because it was truly made with love. Yes, there's meticulous hard work, but obviously it stems from something personal with good intention. And I think Jumbo tells a story that feels very close to home to a lot of people, one that celebrated little things that we often overlook, you know, like family, friendship, resilience, courage, and empathy. And none of this would have been possible without the incredible team behind the film. Over 420 Indonesian creators are pouring their passion and heart of storytelling into every single frame of this film. And so, yeah, obviously we're very happy that on the 38th day, we managed to touch 8.9 million viewers. But I believe it's not just about the numbers, it's about the connection with the audience.
Wow, marvelous. And I'm very curious about how did the film production begins, and why did you all guys made it into an animated film?
I think we felt there was a gap in the content that was safe and meaningful for kids and family in Indonesia, and that's why we created Jumbo, an animated film that doesn't just entertain, but it also inspires and resonates across the generation. We believe that animation as the medium gives us the freedom and the space for us to exploring our imagination through the various of visual styles, and while we're keeping the emotional truth and the message that we hope to deliver to the audience.
So yeah, with the numbers now that you have 8.9 million viewers, but if we see from the first and the opening week, it already hits like 5 million viewers. How did it exceed your expectation? And maybe you, at one point, you are very happy to be able, the Jumbo is to be able to be accepted with many viewers. And especially I can say, this is my niece's first movie ever in the cinema, and she loves it. She's 3 years old.
That is very heartwarming, Aisha, yeah. Well, if you mention exceeded, obviously yes, because we look at the historical data in Indonesia where animated local films, there hasn't been a massive success story that in terms of box office, and there was this public perception that animated films are only made for children, for kids. And it speaks to with the data that usually the ticket sales in the cinema only peaks at the weekend, and that shows that during the weekdays there's no adults watching or opting for watching animated films in the cinema. But so when we created Jumbo, we had in mind that we wanted to prove that to be incorrect. We wanted to make a story that can resonate to all ages. We want to make this movie for everyone. That's how we came up with the tagline for the movie, that this movie is made for us, for our children, and for the children within us. And I think that tagline, that message, hits close to a lot of people. So when, even though that the first day we know that it's only 60,000 admission ticket, and we know that's pretty low for box office admissions, but turns out that those first 60,000 viewers, I think they were very satisfied, and they really loved the movie, and then started to spread, positive word of mouth. And then if you see the phenomenon in social media, they even created the hashtag Buzzer Jumbo Gratisan, and they keep asking people to watch it. And we receive pictures of tickets that they watch it repeatedly. And obviously the songs, they made covers into different languages. And then those who can draw, they create fan art, they build like real sets of the movie. It's very incredible and very inspiring. So it's not just exceeding our expectation, it's exceeding our dreams, actually, because I feel like we feel like it's more than just a movie. Now Jumbo is celebrated like an event.
Yes, I believe that that's truly a celebration. And speaking about, we all know that you're involved more than 400 animators. So how's that collaboration going on? I mean, like putting all brains and creativity in one workplace, it must be very hard, right?
Yeah, Novi can answer because she has the most headache.
Yeah. So it was a massive collaboration. We met a lot of talented creators from Indonesia. We collaborate with more than 20 creative studios from Indonesia across the country. And honestly, it was made the journey it's so meaningful. So Jumbo wasn't just our film, the cinema film, but it belongs to everyone who worked on it, because everyone put all their heart and hard work for the films, and the spirit of the unity and collective work is what carries us the most. So yeah, it's an incredible journey for us to collaborate with a lot of people from Indonesia, and we believe that it was just a start from Jumbo, and we hope that all the creators will have their own work further and good and bigger than Jumbo.
Yeah.
So if we can mention again, the number is already exceeded your expectations and exceeded the dream of you and your team. But all the process as well, with the marketing, the hashtag buzzer gratis, buzzer jumbo, jumbo, yeah, gratisan itu, and it's also helps with the promotion. It's become very, very organic as well. And I believe as the producer would be happy, it just goes along with the movie and stuff. And now, what's next for Jumbo? Because I heard that Angga has already asked you to make another sequel of Jumbo.
Yeah, that's true. Jumbo has opened a door for a lot of possibilities, and not only for Jumbo, but I think it's also a success for animated films in the industry. It proved to us that local-made animated films by local creators can connect deeply with audiences, and turns out not just here in Indonesia. It's a great news, because potentially we will screen it towards another 17 other countries, because they heard about the buzz, and then like we talked about releasing Jumbo overseas. So yes, I think we're obviously thinking long term. In terms of characters and world, because turns out people already fell in love with the characters and love the stories. And I think in Jumbo's narrative world, there's still a lot of possibility of each character's stories to be explored, and I'm excited to keep telling the stories about them, about Don and his friends, or even maybe about Oma and maybe his past, his childhood friendship with somebody you knew. And then yeah, I think we just strive to we wanted to keep telling stories that are honest, authentic, and it had local values, local flavors, but universal in meaning and in universal truth. Whether it's as you mentioned, whether it's a sequel that Angga asked, or maybe a new IP, a series, or I don't know, we can adapt Jumbo into something more off-ground activities that is more interactive, maybe with the fans. I would say we would want to keep building. We would want to keep building the stories of Jumbo to make people happy, especially children and families, so they can feel understood and inspired.
Yes, we all very happy and inspired by watching all this Jumbo. And speaking about the production as well, this is the first animated film in Indonesia that become really successful, high-grossing, box office. Is there any like fun facts that people need to know? Because everybody already have like so many facts about Jumbo movie. Is there any facts that you want to spill?
Facts. Well, it's clearly local made, and it's funny because it's all the graphics, they are all rendered in Cimahi, and the music scoring, the soundtrack, they are all made in Cisauk, so it's very local pride. And I don't know what's an interesting fact about Jumbo. I think that the song, the song was actually a personal message from the song was made by Lale Ilmanino, right? And during the time of production, this is a very heartfelt fact. Nino actually was going through personal grief because his dad just passed during that time of making this movie. So the song was actually his father's, last advice to him, and he asked us if it's okay for him to turn it into a song. So obviously we said yes. And if you see the song is actually not a typical pop song structure. There's no ref, there's no chorus that you can repeat. It's just like one straight line song, and it's actually a message. And if you've seen it, that if you highlight the first letter of each verse, it's actually gonna be a complete message that says.
Yeah, it's more like a love song. Maybe we can say that too.
Yeah, it's a love song from a parent to their child.
Yeah, and that's how Jumbo is with the layered stories. And it's very unexpected as well as an audience. Oh, okay, this goes like this. And it's very surprising. I really enjoy watching Jumbo in the theaters and in the middle of the day, like you said, like adult watching in the theaters for a few times, and then another song that made audiences cry. It's more than just a soundtrack, Selalu Ada di Nadimu, because it is very emotional soul of the film Jumbo, and its story is just as powerful as the movie itself. Why don't we just take a look at this one first?
Wow, it's very heartwarming, and also, guys, you need to be responsible because everybody's crying on the movie. And yeah, exactly. So, speaking about the movie and the song, original soundtrack as well, are you giving away the responsibility to make all the lyrics, all the tones, or are you involved as well with this?
Yeah.
Well, Novi can answer. Yeah.
So yeah, for the development phase, we collaborate together with Lale Ilmanino. The lyrics and the music composing is made by them. But we involved to sharing about the creative, the fiction with Ryan and also with Andrea.
Yeah. So it's completely their creation, but we just jump into the process, but we didn't really intervene on their creative process. We just agree on the theme. We just agree on the message and the feelings that we wanted to evoke with the song. Yeah.
And when you first heard about the song, was it in your mind like it really resonate and it really in line with the message of the movie, especially the message from the parents to the kids and
Yeah.
the grieving feelings?
Yes. Yeah, it actually surprised us because Lale El Manino we just told them like a very brief synopsis of the story, but we really clarify the relationship of the characters and the journey that Don has to go through and the grieving and the longing that he still has for his parents and the storybook. And but that's it. Lale El Manino didn't know more than that. They haven't watched the finished film, so it felt really magical because as you've seen in the film, the story began with the storybook telling the story about a Bubble Knight being left alone on a Bubble Island, and he didn't know about it. They didn't know about it, and then when they presented us the lyrics, and it start with Kala nanti badaikan datang, so it's actually like connecting because there's a storm and everything, and we just like, oh, have you seen the film? No. We just like we felt that badaikan datang, it's actually the perfect metaphor when life throws you hard things, but parents are no longer here. So we
Is your personal favorite character from Rian and Novi?
I would say my favorite character is Nurman.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
I love Nurman too. He's very
For me, it's
authentic.
Mai.
Oh my, yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I love Nurman, and I think Novi loved my.
And I also love the village girl with the glasses that is very with a straight face.
The straightforward comedy panitia datar. Yeah.
Well, personally,
I think that resonates with a lot of audience that are no longer have the energy to to function as an adult.
Yeah, true.
well, personally, I like the fairy one because it also triggered some viral moments on social media.
Mary.
How do you cope with that?
Oh, Mary. Yeah. Well, yeah, Mary truly gives a soft touch on the movie, a very gentle friendship, a very sincere excitement, and turns out we are also blessed by the performance of Queen Salman, the actor who voiced Mary, and she is incredible. She is talented in singing, and she can. I think why a lot of children loves Mary is because they want that kind of loyal friend, that kind of sweet friend that will help you with anything and also can make your lives colorful and full of bubbles and magic. So I think that's the reason why Mary touched a lot of people.
Yeah, and the essence of like the fantasy of animation is also there in Mary.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
That's true.
It's good that you touch base on the characters and the voice actors. There are children, and you as the director, what was the challenge to direct these voice actors who are incredible, by the way?
Yeah. I agree. They are nothing sort of magical. They are very talented. I wouldn't say it's a challenge because I think the only challenge is before every recording session, I had to wake up. I had to awake the child in me first, and then I need to become their friends before I become their director. So it's I told Novi, I think we need to have a different approach with children actors. Maybe I would need longer session with the studio because I would have to need some moment with them to get into their zone and to play with them first and then chat and maybe joke around a little bit. Like for example, Yusuf Oskan, the voice actor of Nurman, he loves to draw. So sometimes before recording session, I would bring little sketchbooks and crayons, and then we just talk about his day, like what he saw at school, and then we just draw it. And then when they feel comfortable, and then I asked like, can we start recording now? Can you become Nurman now? And then it's like, yeah, let's go. So So it's just a lot of playing and a lot of getting to know them and ask about their day. So because I don't want it to feel like work to them, and I avoided telling them to memorize every line on the script. I just told them the scene, the direction, and then imagine if you're Don, imagine if you're Norman, and then just like what would you say, and then I let them loose on the microphone. That's why I think the performance came out very genuine as a child. So yeah, I think that's, I would say, the challenge, but I would say that's the joy of working with them.
And next, I want to talk about the secret formula in making a very successful movie for kids, especially the animated one. So we all know that many adults feel relate to this movie, not just the kids. So do you have any secret formula to this, or do you have any research or anything going on?
Yeah, you want to answer that, Nofi? Or should we spill our secret sauce?
It might be an inspiration for others.
Yeah, so for the development, of course, we do some research that we found that in Indonesia, the kids and family need a good content. So we start with the research, and also we found what kind of the stories that resonate to across the generation, like Rian said, that Jumbo is for us, for our kids, and also for the children on us. So start from that. We trying to find a story that relevant to everyone. We develop each character that relate to maybe for the characters and also for the people years up. And start from that. Yeah, we trying to find a unique and relevant story for us.
Yeah, if I can add to that, I would just say the secret is, even though you're writing a movie aimed at children, but still write with adults in mind, in your mind, because you need to know that good content for children can only be accessed towards the adult. Like if we say it's ticket admissions towards the cinema, the ones who have the buying power are the audience, the parents, the guardians. So we need to also make it worthwhile for them to pay a ticket and then watch the movie with the children. So I think that's the only important thing that people sometimes overlook. Oh, because we're making a children movie, let's just keep everything just for children and then colorful and like funny and everything. But they forgot that adults can be entertained too.
Yeah, that's the secret. That's why Jumbo surpassed 8.9 million.
Yeah.
And it's only like now being head to head with Agak Lion, which also an Indonesian phenomenon as well. And we do remember that you made a promise, if it hits 4 million viewers, that you will do a stand-up. Maybe it's a
Yes.
collaboration with Agak Lion. Could be an idea.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, because actually, to be honest with you, Aisha, I made that promise because I thought that 4 million admission was impossible. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna say this because it won't happen. And turns out it happened and it doubled. Now it's 8 million. So yeah, I need to fulfill that promise, and I'm gonna create a stand-up show. Yeah.
You need to write the script for your debut being a stand-up.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, we are very happy that you can join us this morning, and we are celebrating, and we know that people from the Indonesian cinema, the industry, are now busy for Cannes Film Festival. And what the part that Jumbo takes for Cannes this year?
Sorry, I think we lost you there.
Yeah, the Indonesian filmmakers are now busy as well in the moment of Cannes Film Festival. What is
Cannes Film Festival. Yeah.
What is the part for Jumbo as well for Cannes this year?
In Cannes Film Festival, I think Jumbo is gonna be screened there at the film market, right, Novi? I think it's 13th to 15th of May, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the movie Jumbo will be presented at the film market.
Because at JAF Film Market, it was so big and Jumbo wasn't even released, so we are already familiar with the character Don, and we're very curious what he is going to be like later on as the Bubble Knight, the Night Bubble.
Yeah.
Yes, also speaking about international exposure, Rian and Novi, is there any feedbacks from the international movie production houses out there? And then maybe are you occupying that?
Novi, are you connected? I think, okay, yeah, maybe I can answer. Obviously we do a lot of back and forth communication about the international release with our international partners, and it's nothing major. It's just some minor adjustments, like to make it more familiar with their local market. It's just usually a slight change of a title, like maybe in some countries it's gonna say Jumbo and his magical friend or something like that. It's just like it's just little adjustment for the film to be communicated better. But we insisted that the movie needs to still be in Indonesian, so we're just gonna have subtitles for the international audience. And but we haven't made any plan or any action in terms of redubbing it into other language. So far it's still Indonesian language with subtitles.
Well, that's good, because that you still want to hold that local pride. Maybe later on you are open for international co-production, but I think having this mission as well as the creator of Jumbo, the local pride with Indonesian creators, it has to be there. So,
yeah, that's true.
Rian and Novi, do you have anything else to say to our viewers from Jumbo, from your heart, from the Bubble Island?
I would say never stop chasing your dreams, because something that is sincere from your heart will always find its way, will always put you in the middle of correct people with the same energy, with the same vision, with the same resonance. And just don't lose your voice, because in terms of animation or movies, the technology will keep developing, will keep changing. They will offer you new tools, but it won't ever replace your genuine voice, your lived experience, your empathy, your feelings, and also the cultural context in which you grew up in. That can only be brought by human creators. So I think realize that it's your true strength and lean into it and keep doing the hard work. And we'll see you at the next animated films.
Yes, totally agree. Please keep making beautiful dreams to children, to the adults, and this is what the hopes still coming.
And Novia, do you have anything to add up?
Yeah, just like Rian said, that please keep learning and doing great. Technology will keep evolving, but stories that come from heart, stories that come from our soul, will always stand into people's hearts.
I think if I can wrap and sum what you said as at the closing statement, as Rian said, do not or never lose yourself, even though you lost your loved ones. Oh,
very touching.
So thank you so much once again. It is very touching, actually.
Yeah. Are you crying?
Almost. Okay, so
thank you, Aisha. Thank you, Ferdi.
Thank you so much for being here on Starting Point. We will be waiting for the next Jumbo, maybe the app, the series, and other sequels. And I think we're ready to watch Jumbo again in the cinema today.
Definitely. Indonesian pride.
Okay.
Let's make it 10 million. Make it
Let's
10 million.
Make it 10 million.
Yes, cross your fingers. Hopefully.
Okay then. Thank you so much, guys, and
Thank
we'll
you so
see you
much.
again
Bye-bye.
soon
Have a
on the
good
next
day.
Jumbo movies and franchise. Bye. Say hi to Mbe.
Bye-bye. We will.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely we are going to
Definitely.
take a short break to
Digest this first, process this. We'll be right back after this break.